Hey everybody, it's tequila time. And a little something, I'm not going to say different, but we got a new bottle and want to do some comparisons with this new bottle to some of the tequilas that I already have. So, you've seen it in the title. This is what we got. We have Fortaleza Blanco Lot 200. So, what's different from this to this? Well, this is only distilled to 80 proof. This is distilled to 92 proof and then watered back down to 80 proof. This is fermented with fibers in the wood fermentation tank. No fibers. So, a little different. Should be more flavor due to there not being any water added. Should be more flavor along with the fibers during fermentation. Otherwise, everything's the same. Well water, copper pot stills, same general agaves. Oven cooked, Tohono crushed. Not much differences in the two, except for fibers and only distilled to 80 proof. So it should have, though at a lower proof point, it should have the same basic flavor that the still strength has, maybe a little tweak because of the fibers. We are going to taste these eventually. But what my head-to-head was going to be, just 1 second, I'm making my desk shake. My legs are right up against it. This is made different. Well, it's made the same as the Lot 200 in many ways. One, it's horno cooked. It's roller mill macerated. It's fermented in wood vats with fibers and then distilled to 80 proof. Not watered down. The only major differences, other than I don't believe this has proprietary yeast, neither does this one, it's wild yeast, is going to be where the agaves are grown. These are valleys, this is highlands. So we're going to pop this open, and we're going to put these two side by side and taste the subtle differences. I would say overall, I'm hoping that this is working the way it should. It's still a little clogged up, but I helped take care of that about an hour or so ago, and hopefully we'll get some good aromas out of both of these. Secured a bottle of Fortaleza Winter Blend today, and when this video comes out, I'll be picking it up that afternoon. Never happy with what you got to pay for it. And I've been saving up for it a little bit, I'm not going to say what I'm paying for it because it's too much. But then again, it's kind of the prices I've seen that it was probably going to go for. So, like I said, I would pay MSRP for it, but nobody's going to sell it at MSRP, especially in this area of the country. But my local liquor store, I walked in today and was talking to the owner, and he said, smiling at me, going, "I got something for you, but it won't be until Friday." And I said, "What's that?" He goes, "Winter Blend." I said, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, I was able to get at least one, and you're the only one that's going to buy it." So, yeah, well, I just look crazy. Let's see. I think I've told you everything that's on here. I got to get where the light's right. To celebrate the landmark 200th bottling of tequila Fortaleza Blanco, sorry. It's not that it's too small. It's just, it's too small. Okay. To celebrate the landmark 200th bottling run of Tequila Fortaleza Blanco. We fermented this batch with cooked agave fibers in traditional wooden popones, distillate 2 proof, no water added, in our handmade copper stills. Hope you enjoy this bottle and all Tequila Fortaleza with your loved ones and those closest to you. Salud, Tequila Fortaleza. Cool. So, now I can't see myself. Bad when you're nearsighted in one eye and farsighted in the other. Okay. Let's pour a little bit of this. There we go. That'll be good. Oh, wow. I forgot to put my phone on loop. All right. So on this hand, which is my right, your left, we have Fortaleza Lot 200. And then on this hand, we're going to pour El Tesoro Blanco. And I like both of these tequilas. Yeah. Okay. Cooked agave. Wow, at the wazoo. Wow. Reminds me of well, it's Fortaleza Blanco. I gotta look at the camera. Look at the camera, Chris. Look at the camera. But I'm getting full. You know what? I gotta do this. I got a different glass. I want still strength in the control. I thought this out and I didn't think it out. That makes sense. Yeah. Cooked agave. I'm getting very similar aromas. Now, I don't want to screw up the... I wanted to see if they were close to being the same. I mean, we know the proof is a little bit higher on the still strength, but I wanted to make sure that my aromas were very, very similar. And for my nose, they are. Cooked agave. I'm getting a lot of that just right up front. And with, like I said, let's do our first sip. Wow. Yeah. That's Fortaleza Blanco every day. Cooked agave. Vegetal. We're getting a little better notes here on the second try. Just letting this all kind of calm down a little bit, and I purchased this and I got it from out in California, and had it shipped to the house. I was pretty sure, and I still am pretty sure, we'll never see it retail in Kansas City. If any of it came through the distributor, it went straight to a restaurant or a hotel. So, not. And waited months after knowing that it was released to find a price I was willing to pay. And it's still probably double from what it's supposed to be at retail, but I wanted to get a bottle and I wanted to try it and compare it to the other Fortaleza products and El Tesoro because of the fibers in the fermentation tank. Yeah, loads and loads of cooked agave. I get a little vegetal note now as this is opening up. Some tears. Legs running down the glass. Good Fortaleza mouthfeel. A little pepper on the back. There's no burn. There's a little heat there, but there's no burn. Not at 80 proof. It's what my brain says Fortaleza. Lots of cooked agave up front, and a little vegetal note at mid palate. A little pepper on the back end. That's it. That's it. Now, El Tesoro. Fortaleza, El Tesoro. And I'm getting the cooked agave. Picking up a little something else that's different. Maybe a hint of mint. Let's give her a taste. Wow. It's a little sweeter, which is, I'm expecting that a little bit. Is there a citrus note? Maybe a little, a very light. Not as vegetal as the Fortaleza. It's, again, we're going back to terroir. We're going back to red iron-rich soil versus black volcanic soil. There's going to be differences in the agaves. Yeah. A little less pepper on the back end. Still not getting a distinctive fruit note to it, but it's good. Again, I've got a little bit of a anise on the back end of this one. Right, that kind of like that black licorice flavor on the back. Definitely on the finish. Wow. A little bolder in flavor. Again, cooked agave. Get a little bit of a vegetable note. The pepper. It's a little more drying to the palate than the El Tesoro is. I'm going to take a sip of water, and then we're going to compare the Lot 200 to Still Strength. So I'm getting very similar aromas where I'm getting the cooked agave like a vegetal note. I want to call it grassy. Okay. All right. So there is a difference in the aromas. The Lot 200. There's something else there on the aroma. I can only assume that I'm looking at myself. I can only assume that it has to do with the fibers of the added aroma to that, which gives it maybe a little more vegetal note than the high proof does. Okay. Let's go here. Wow. Okay. It's been a while since I had this. But cooked agave. That vegetable note is still there. That could be my palate today. I don't know. And then there's a little pepper on the finish. Again, at 92 proof, there's no burn. I mean, there's some heat in the back of my throat, but there's no burn. I'm going to take a second sip of this, and then we'll go back to this. Yeah. This is what I remember. I mean, what I remember. I remember drinking this straight from the still. If that's any indication. The alcohol's there, but it's not the prominent note. The cooked agave vegetal, and the pepper on the finish. That is this. Completely and utterly Fortaleza. Very similar, but the fibers give it an extra. It gives it an extra something that I can't put my finger on. There's just another added flavor there at 80 proof, and I can only I don't even want to call. What is that? Wow. I'm going to have to pour more. That's okay. It's paid for. More freshen up the palate here. That's just delicious. I mean, I can't. Those that know me know I'm a Fortaleza fanboy. I don't go too far out of the way to buy things, but occasionally I'm going to break down and get something different, remarkable in some ways, because it's different than the standard line. Only when I can afford it. And so this was something I wanted to do. Let's, I'm running short in glasses. I'm not going to reach for one. The higher strength brings out some more flavors, which is normal. But they're very similar. Again, I think the fibers give this a little extra edge on just differences in the aromas, and then of course the tasting notes. Is very similar to El Tesoro on proof and everything else. Flavors are a little different, mostly because of the terroir, because of where the agaves are grown. They're both done with well water. They're both done open air fermentation. I think you get a lot of similarities, but you're also going to get differences in yeast. So that's going to give you different flavor profiles. But what is cool is that these are made basically the same way, just hundreds of miles apart, which is cool. I mean, I'm glad that Guillermo and Billy did this. I think it throws a little twist into the flavor profile, but it doesn't change it majorly. Let's pour a little regular Blanco. This is regular Fortaleza Blanco. Lots of the same familiar notes that we get off the off the still strength, and lots of common. I mean, it should be similar. Wow. Okay. My mouth goes wow every time this is in my mouth. So, um, wow, that's just delicious on both faces. Um, Mouth just tingling. Wow, it's just the Lot 200 is just a little more intense, flavor wise, aroma wise. Still, basically, same as your regular Fortaleza Blanco. Just the volume turned up just a notch, just on flavor profile and on the aroma profile. Compared to El Tesoro, like I did say, it's similar in a lot of ways and different, of course, in others. I wanted to put them side by side because of fibers in the fermentation tank. And that provides I think, not a completely different flavor profile, but a definite difference in flavor profile between the two. Do I have a favorite? Well, yeah, it's called tequila. That's my favorite, and you should be we should all be the same way, and just enjoy them as as what they are, just like we enjoy people. Everybody's a little different. Some people have more hair. Some of us have less hair. Some of us live on the West Coast. Some of us live in the Midwest, and some of us live on the East Coast. Tequila is as a broad of a flavor profile as people are. In this day and age, just tequila all gets along with itself. At least on my shelf, it does, and so should we. It's all good stuff, and we have lots of good people out in our tequila family that have all the good intentions of help us, me to you, educating on all these different tequilas, and I really appreciate y'all's time. This may interest some, it may not interest others. Is it worth what I paid for the Lot 200? Yes and no. It was yes to try it with fibers, which is something that Fortaleza's not done, at least as a production tequila that I know of. And was it worth the money? It's a little high priced. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know special editions are going to be higher. Trust me, I know. I know what I paid for my winter blends that I have up there. I have 23 and 24. I will soon have 25. Not happy on what I'm spending on money on tequila. I don't. This is my money. This is not. Channel doesn't make any money, so this is all. Nobody's given me. Well, I shouldn't say it exactly that way. Most of my tequilas are all bought by me. I have been given some bottles with just here, take these, and I'm like, okay, and then I do content on them. I have bottles sent to me via the Agave Social Club. So I mean it's I have fun with this. Sometimes no, but I do have fun with this, and I enjoy the agave community and what it tries to do. With Doug, CJ, Mary Carmen, Agave Love and Lore, Keith Bogart, Sip Happens, Bill Dernbaugh, Don Tyson, Jeff Breutman, All good, good. I met somebody new this week, Jacob Taylor. He's one of the owners of Manscrito Tequila, and got to talk to him for a long time. He's an agave nerd just like the rest of us, so he's enjoying what he's doing, and I wish the best for him. I will be getting a bottle, have bought a bottle of one of his newest releases. It's coming. It will be a couple weeks down the road, but when we do it, we'll do it. When I get it, we'll do it. And but it's just fun. So we're going to try to keep this as short as possible. So salute to all of you. Drink good tequila. Tequila will be good to you. We'll see you next time, and hopefully it's soon. Salute.